Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation, so long as nature will bear up with this exercise. So long I daily vow to use it. Come and lead me to these sorrows.
The queen is dead.
Scene 3, Bohemia, desert country near the sea.
Bohemia is Shakespeare's idea of a shoreline town. So keep that in mind.
It's a short
So this
town.
is this like, yeah, is this
This
later?
is the final scene
San Francisco.
that we'll read before.
Crimea.
6 years later.
Bohemia, a desert country.
Sweet.
Shall I go ahead?
So it starts off at the scene 3.
Scene 3, Bohemia, a desert country near the sea, and Sir Antigonus is a child and a mariner.
There he is. Thou art perfect then, that our ship hath touched upon the desert of Bohemia. Bohemia? Doesn't matter.
Aye, my lord. And fear we have landed in ill time. The skies look grimly and threaten pleasant blusters. In my conscience, and the heavens that we have in hand are angry and frown with upon us.
Thy sacred wills be done. Go, get aboard, get aboard, get aboard, get aboard.
You want this one?
Yeah, up to that barrier. Leave her on the shore. All right. What are we doing here?
Aren't you cold?
Look to thy bark. Look to...
Thy sacred wills be done. Go, get aboard. Look to thy bark. I'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste, and go not too far inland. 'Tis like to be loud weather. Besides, this place is famous for creatures of prey that keep upon...
Go thou away. I'll follow instantly.
I am glad at heart to be so rid of the business.
Get ready with your teddy bear. Poor babe. They've heard, but not believe. The spirits of the dead may walk again. If such be, thy mother appeared to me last night. For ne'er was dream she so like awakened. To me comes a creature. Sometimes her head on one side, some another. I never saw thus like sorrow, so filled and so becoming, in part pure white robes, like very sanctuary. She did approach my cabin, where I lay, thrice bowed before me, and gasping to begin some speech. Her eyes became two spouts. The fury agent anon did this break from her. What to say those lines?
Good Antigonus, since fate against thy better disposition hath made thy person for the thrower out of my poor babe, according to thine oath, places remote enough are in Bohemia. There weep and leave it crying, and for the babe is counted lost forever. Perdita, I pray thee call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou ne'er shalt see thy wife Helena more.
And so, with shrieks, she melted into air. Cried it much, and in time collect myself, and there thought that she was so, and so no slumber. Dreams are toys, for all this once did superstitiously, I would be squared by this. I do believe Hermione hath suffered death, and that Apollo would, with this being indeed the issue of King Polixenes, it should here be laid, either for life or death, on the earth of its right father. Oh, Blossom, speed thee well. There lie, and there thy character, there these, which may, if fortune please, both breed thee, pretty, and still the breast line, the storm begins. And poor wretch, that for thy mother's fault art thou exposed to loss, and what may follow. Oh, weep I cannot know, but my heart bleeds, and most accursed am I to be thy oath, and join to this. Farewell, how the day frowns more and more, that I'd like to have a little lie too rough. I never saw the heavens so dim by day, a savage clamor. Well may I be aboard. This is the chase. I am gone forever.
Pursued by a bear.
Okay, Shepherd.
I'll use the bear suit.
The Shepherd.
I think Jim is. Jim, you're a shepherd, right? Or are we taking a
Is that
break?
what that was?
The show must go on.
I would
Ladies
there
and
were
gentlemen, we have a dental emergency.
10 and 3 and that youth would sleep out the rest, and there is nothing but between the giddy wenches with child, stringing in the enchantry, and stealing, fighting, harking out. Would any but 3 these boiled brains of 19 and 2 and 20 have these in this weather? Ah, they had scared away 2 of my best sheep, and would I would fear the wolf, would sooner find them than the master if anywhere I have seen them. 'Tis by the seaside and browsing above ivy. Good luck if they be will, and oh, what have we here? Oh, where's he? Oh, it's a bear. Oh, very pretty one. Sure, some escape. Aha! Though I be not bookish, yet I can read waiting gentlewoman in escape. There's been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind the door work. They were warmer than got this with the poor thing is here. I take it up for pity. And then I'll take it up for pity. And then I'll tarry when my son is coming. I think, I guess. What ho? Ho ho? Ho ho? Oh! Why, art thou so near? Did thou see a thing to talk on when thou art dead and rotten? Come hither. What ailest thou, man?
I have seen two such sights by sea and land, but I'm not to say it is sea, for it is now the sky, betwixt the firmament, and you cannot thrust the bodkin's point.
But art thou so near?
No,
is it?
why, boy?
How is it?
I would you did but see how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. But that's not the point. The most piteous cry of the poor souls, sometimes to see him and not to see him. Now the ship is boring the moon with her mainmast, and anon swallowed with yeast and froth, as you thrust a cork in your hogshead. And then, for the land service, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, how he cried to me for help, and said his name was Antigonus.
Antigonus.
But to make an end of the ship, to see how the sea flap dragoned it, but first, how the poor soul roared, and the sea mocked them, and how the poor gentleman roared, and the bear mocked him, and both roaring louder than the sea or the weather.
Name of mercy! When was this boy?
Now!
Now!
I've not winked since I saw these sights. The men are not yet cold under water, nor the bear half dined on the gentleman. He's at it now!
Oh, would I had been by to have helped the nobleman.
Or would you have been by the ship's side to have helped her? There your charity would have lacked footing.
Heavy matters. Heavy matters. Look here, boy. Now bless thyself. Thou meet with things of dying, I with things newborn. Here's a sight for thee. Look thee.
A wearing of the cloth.
A squire's child. Look thee here. Take up. Oh, for a squire's child.
Open.
Now see, I told that I should be rich by the fairies. This is some
Your
cheating punk. And where's within, boy?
You're a made old man. If the sins of your youth are forgiven you, you're well to live. Gold.
Oh,
All gold.
all gold. Oh, this is very gold, sir. Oh, no. And 'twill prove so. I can't see this.
Keep it close.
Keep it close. Home. The next way. We are lucky, boy. We are so lucky, and to be so still requires
Nothing but
secrecy. Let my sheet go. And come, good boy. Next way home.
Go you the next way with your findings.
Yes.
I'll go see if the bear be done with from the gentleman and how much he hath eaten. They are never cursed but when they're hungry. But if there's any of him left, I'll bury it.
There's a good deed, if thou mayest discern by that which is left of him what he is. Fetch me to the sight of him.
Marry will I, and you shall help to put him in the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do the good needs on it.
Yay.
Where are we at?
Break.
Comic relief.
Starts with Florizil.
Yeah. These your unusual weeds to pick each.
Scene 4, Act 4, Scene 4. The shepherd's cottage. Enter Florizel and Perdita.
These, your unusual weeds to each part of you, do give a life. No shepherdess, but Flora, peering in April's front. This, your sheep shearing, is a meeting of petty gods, and you the queen on it.
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes, it's not becomes me. Oh, pardon that I name them. Your high self, the gracious mark of the land, you have obscured with swains wearing, and me, poor, lowly maid, most goddess-like pranked up. But that our feasts in every mess have folly in the feeders. I have no clue what she's saying. Digested with a custom, I should blush to see you so attired, sworn, I think, to show myself a glad.
I bless the time when my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Now, Joe, tell me more, Ophelia.
Well, I'm just saying that Perdita is in the same ilk as Ophelia in Hamlet,
Mm-hmm.
who was innocent, virgin,
Mm-hmm.
and
Still crazy? Still crazy?
not yet.
No.
Okay, got it.
She is that lost
Mm-hmm.
baby that was on the shore.
This is the girl. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, got it. Okay, I was a little bit thrown off because it says
right.
She's grown
per.
up now.
It's per.
She's
I'm
grown up
per.
with shepherds.
I'm not Perdita.
Right.
Okay, I grew up with sheep.
She
Sheep.
grew up with
Shepherds?
He's a shepherd.
But
Okay.
what happened to the gold? You just bought a lot of sheep with it? or-
Stick around.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we saved
okay.
it for her.
And Flo is
Her new boyfriend.
oh, that's right. Okay, all right. I was
This-
a little lost here.
This is the
I got it.
Prince of,
I got it, dude. Okay.
Prince of Bohemia.
We're special.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, Jove, afford you cause. To me, the difference forges dread. Your greatness hath not been used to fear. Even now I tremble to think your father by some accident should pass this way as you did. Oh, the fates! How would he look to see his work so noble, vilely bound up? What would he say? Or how should I, in these borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Juniper became a bull and bellowed. The green Neptune, a ram, and bleated. And the fire-robed god of golden Apollo, a poor humble swain, as I see now. Their transformations were ne'er for a piece of beauty rarer, nor in a way so chaste, since my desires run not before mine honor, nor my lusts burn hotter than my faith.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold. When it is opposed, as it must be, by the power of the king, one of these two must be necessities. Which then will speak that you must change this purpose or my life, or I my life?
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts, are we interrupting over there?
Yes.
Okay, we're with you, Don. oh, there's Perdita. With these forced thoughts, I prithee, darken not the mirth of the feast, or I'll be thine, my fair, or not my father's, for I cannot be mine own, or anything to any, if I be not thine. To this I am most constant, though destiny say no. Be merry, gentle, strangle such thoughts as these with anything that you behold over the while. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance, as it were the day of celebration of that nuptial which we two have sworn shall come.
Oh, Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
See, your guests approach. Address yourself to entertain them sprightly, and let's be red with mirth.
Shepherd.
Hey, coming on too soon there.
Enter Shepherd, Clown, Mopsa, Dorcas, and others with Polixenes and Camilo disguised.
And are you doing what's
Well, I'm also doing the clown. So if somebody else wants to.
Well, the clown is not too much in this.
Oh, really? Okay. If you want.
If you don't mind doing that.
All right.
Hi, daughter. When my old wife lived, upon this day she was both handler, butler, cook, both dame and servant, welcomed by all, served all, would sing her song and dance, and her turn. Now here, the upper end of the table, now I in the middle, on his shoulder, and her face afire with flavor, and the thing she took to quench it, she would each take one sip. You are retired, as if you were a feasted one, and not the hostess of the meeting. Pray you, bid these unknown friends to us welcome, and for it is a way to make us better friends. More known, come quench your blushes, and present yourself that which you are, princess mistress of the feast. Come on, and bid us welcome with your sheep shearing, as your good flock shall prosper.
It is, sir, welcome. It is my father's will I should take on me the hostessship of the day. You're welcome, sir. Give me those flowers there, Dorcas, reverend sirs. For you, there's rosemary and rue. These keep seeming all savouring all winter long. Grace and remembrance be with you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter.
Sir, the year growing ancient, not yet a summer's death, nor on the birth of trembling winter. The fairest flowers of the season are carnations and street gillivers, which some call nature's bastards. Of that kind of rustic garden is barren, and I care not to get slips from them.
Wherefore, gentle maiden, do you neglect them?
For I have heard it said that there is an art which is in their piedness, shares with great creature, creating nature.
Say there be, yet nature is made better by no mean, but nature makes that means that mean. So, over that art which you say adds to nature is an art that nature makes. You see, sweet maid, we marry a gentler scion to the wildest stock, and make conceive a bark of baser kind by bud of nobler race. This is an art which does mend nature, change it rather, but the art itself is nature.
So it is.
Then make your garden rich in gilliors, and do not call them bastards.
I'll not put the dibble in the earth to set one slip of them, no more than I would wish this youth shall say there were well, and only therefore desire to breed by me. Here's flowers for you, hot lavender, mints, savory, marjoram, and the marigold. That goes to bed with the sun, and with him rises weeping. These are flowers of middle summer, and I think they are given to men of middle age. You're very welcome.
I should leave grazing were I of your flock, and only live by gazing.
Ah, alas, you, I'd be so lean that blasts of January would blow you through and through. Now, my fairest friend, I would I had some flowers, oh, the spring that might become your time of day, and yours, that were upon your virgin branches, yet your maiden heads growing. Oh, Proserpina, for the flowers now that frightened thou, lest fall from Dis's wagon. Daffodils, that will come before the swallow dares, and take the winds of March with beauty. Violets dim, but sweeter than the lids of Juno's eyes. Or Cytherea's breath, pale primroses that die unmarried. There they can behold bright Phoebus in his strength, and Malady most incident to maids, bold oxlips and the crown imperial, lilies of all kinds, the flower de luce being one. Oh, These I lack, I make you garlands of, and my sweet friend to strewn o'er and o'er.
What, like a corpse?
No, like a bank of love to lie and play on, not like a corse, or if not be to be buried, but quick and in my arms. Come, take your flowers, methinks I play as I seen them do, in winsome pastorals. Sure, the robe of mine does change my disposition.
What you do still betters what is done. When you speak sweet, I'll have you do it ever. When you sing, I'll have you buy and sell so give alms, pray so, and for the ordering of your affairs to sing them too. When you do dance, I wish you the wave or the sea, that you might ever do nothing but that. Move still so. And so, no other function. Each your doing, so singular in each particular, crowns what you are doing in the present deeds, that all your acts are queens.
Oh, Doricles. I don't know what that is.
Doricles is his name.
Oh, Doricles. Doricles. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Oh, Doricles. Your praises are too large, but that your youth and the true blood which peeps fairly through it do plainly give you an unstained shepherd. With wisdom I might fear, my Doricles. You wooed me the false way.
I think you have as little skill to fear as I have purpose to put you to. But come, our dance, I pray, your hand, my Perdita, so turtles pair that never mean to part.
I'll swear for him.
This is the prettiest low-born lass that ever ran on the greensward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself. Too noble for this place.
He tells her something that makes her blood look out. Look, Sue, she is the queen of curds and cream.
Come on, strike up.
Dorcas and Mopsa have a little.
Who are Dorcas and Mopsa?
I'm Mopsa.
You're Mopsa?
Yes.
You're a Dorcas.
Who's Dorcas?
I thought you were Doricles.
I'm Dorcas.
Doricles, not Doricles. Not Doricles.
She
All
can
right.
toodle it on it, gets her
All right.
Want to be
Sure.
Dorcas?
I'm Dorcas.
Dorcas.
Take the dork.
Mopsa must be your mistress, Mary Garlic, to mend her kissing with. Now, in good time.
Not a word, we stand upon our manners. Come, strike up!
Make the fire.
Pray, good shepherd, what fair swain is this which dances with your daughter?
They call him Doricles, and boasts himself to be a worthy feeding. I but have it upon his own report, I believe it, that he looks like Sooth. He says he loves my daughter, and I think so too, but for never gaze the moon upon the water, as he'll stand and read as 'twere my daughter's eyes. And to his plain I think there is one half a kiss to choose who loves another best.
She dances featly.
Oh, she does anything. And though I report it, that should be silent. But young Doricles do light upon her, and she shall bring him that he would not have dreamed on. Oh, master, you would have the peddler at the door, and you'd never dance again after a tabor and pipe too. The bagpipe would not move you to sing several tunes faster than you'll ever tell money. He utters them as he had eaten ballads, and all men's ears grow to his tunes.
He could never come better. He shall come in. I love a ballad, but even too well. if it be doleful matter merrily set down, or a very pleasant thing indeed and sung lamentably.
He has songs for man or woman of all sizes, and so milliner can so fit the customers with loves. And he has the prettiest love songs for maids. So without boundary, which is strange, with such delicate thump here, and where some stretched mouths rascal would, as it were, mean mischief, and break a foul jape into the matter, he makes the maid to answer, "Whoop, do me no harm, good man," and puts him off, and slights him with, "Whoop, do me no harm, good man." From this moment on, he arrives and sings a song and teases everybody. He falls in love with all the people in South. You got him? Good.
Yes.
Good. Since we don't have a Autolycus in our cast,
That's me.
we can
Oh,
skip down
That's,
to.
He's always doing this to
You
me.
should have a
Want to read it?
I can.
Oh, you can. Okay. Is that your
It's on my
assigned role?
paper.
I'm sorry. You get to sing all these wonderful songs.
Also a song.
Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as air was crow, gloves as sweet as damask roses, mask for faces and for noses, bugle bracelet, necklace, amber, perfume for a lady's chamber, golden coifs and stomachers, for my lads to give their dears. Pin and poking sticks of steel, with mace lap from head to heel. Come by of me, come by, my lads, or else your lasses cry. Come by.
If I were not in love with Mopsa, thou'd take no money from me. But being enthralled as I am, it will be also the bondage of certain ribbons and gloves.
I was promised them against the feast, but they come not too late now.
He hath promised you more than that, or there be liars.
He hath paid you all he promised you. Maybe he has paid you more, which will shame you to give him again.
Is there no manners left among maids? Will they wear their plackets where they should bear their faces? Is there not milking time when you are going to bed or kiln hole to whistle off these secrets, but you must be tittle-tattling before all our guests? Is it well that they're whispering, clamour your tongues, and not a word more?
I have done. Come, you promised me a tawdry lace and a pair of sweet gloves.
Have I not told thee how I was cozened by the way and lost all my money?
And indeed, sir, there were cozeners abroad. Therefore it behooves men to be wary.
Fear not thou, man, thou shalt lose nothing here.
I hope so, sir, for I had many parcels of charge.
What hast here? Ballads?
Pray now, buy some. I love a ballad in Printo life, but then we are sure they are true.
Here's one, to a very doleful tune. How a usurer's wife was so brought to bed of 20 money bags at a burthen, and how she longed to eat adders' heads and toes carbonadoed.
Is it true, think you?
Very true, and but a month old. Bless me for marrying a usurer. Oh, here's the midwife's name on it. One mistress tail porter, and 5 or 6 honest wives that were present. Why should I carry lies abroad?
Pray you now, buy it.
Come on, lay it by, and let's first see more ballads. We'll buy the other things anon.
Here's another, a ballad of a fish that appeared upon the coast on Wednesday, the 40th of April, 40,000 fathom above the water, and sang this ballad against the hard hearts of maids. It was thought she was a woman, and was turned into a cold fish, for she would not exchange flesh with one that loved her. The ballad is very pitiful, and as true. Is this true, think you? 5 justices' hands at it, and witnesses more than my pack will hold.
Lay it by, too. Another.
This is a merry ballad, but a very pretty one.
Let's have some merry ones.
Why, this is a passing merry one, and goes to the tune of 2 maids wooing a man. There's a scarce maid westward, but she sings it. It is in your quest, I can tell you.
We can both sing it. If thou'lt bear a part, thou shalt hear it. Even in 3 parts.
We had the tune on it a month ago. I can bear my part, and you must know it is my occupation. Have at it with you. Get you hence, for I must go where it fits not you to know. Whither?
Oh, whither?
Whither?
Oh, whither comes thy oath full well, thou to me thy secrets tell.
Need you let me go thither,
Or thou goest to the grange or mill,
or to either thou dost ill.
Neither.
What neither?
Neither.
Thou hast sworn my love to be.
thou hast sworn it more to me than whither goest, say whither.
You just read Shakespeare, believe it or not. Go ahead.
We'll have this song out and on by ourselves. My father and the gentlemen are in sad talk, and we'll not trouble them. Come, bring away thy pack after me, wenches. I'll buy for both of you. Better, let's have the first choice. Follow me, girls.
And you shall pay well for 'em. Will you buy anything or lace for your head? My dainty dear, my decal. Any silk, any thread, any toys for your head, for the newest and finest wear. Come to the peddler, money is a peddler, that dog utter all man's wear.
Master, there be 3 carters, 3 shepherds. Well, let's skip that whole section and go to Polixenes after the dance is over.
Oh, Father, you'll know more of that hereafter. Is it not too far gone? 'Tis time to part them. He's simple and tells much. How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that does take your mind from feasting. Sooth, when I was young, and handed love as you do, I was wont to load my she with knacks. I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasury and have poured it to her acceptance. You have let him go, and nothing martyred with him. If your last interpretation should abuse, and call this your lack of love or bounty, you are strated for a reply, at least if you make a care of happy holding her.
Old sir, I know she prizes not such trifles as these are. The gifts she looks from me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I have given already, but not delivered. Oh, here might breathe my life before this ancient sir, who, it should seem, hath some time loved. I take thy hand, this hand, as oft as dove's down, as white as it, or Ethiopian tooth, or fan snow that's bolted by the northern blast twice over.
What follows this? How prettily the young swain seems to wash out the hand was fair before. I have put you out, but to your protestation, let me hear what you profess.
Do, and be witness to it.
And this my neighbor too.
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all that were I crowned the most imperial monarch, whereof most worthy were I the fairest youth that ever made eye swerve. I force and knowledge made more than ever man's. I would not prize them without her love. For her employ them all, commend them, and commend them to her service or to their own perdition.
Fairly offered.
This shows a sound affection.
But my daughter, say you the like to him?
I cannot speak so well, nothing so well, nor better by the pattern of my own thoughts. I cut out the purity of his.
Oh, take hands, a bargain, and friends unknown, you shall be witness to it. I give my daughter to him, and will make her portion equal his.
Oh, that must be that in the virtue of your daughter, one being dead, I shall have more than you can have dreamt of yet. Enough, then, for your wonder. But, come on, contract us for these witnesses.
Come, your hand, and daughter, yours.
Soft swain, a while, beseech you, have you a father?
I have, but what of him?
Knows he of this?
What?
Does he know?
He neither does nor shall.
Methinks a father is at the nuptial of his son a guest that best becomes the table. Pray you once more, is not your father grown incapable of reasonable affairs? Is he not stupid with age and altering rooms? Can he speak, hear, know man from man, dispute his own estate? Lies he not bedrid, and again does nothing but what he did, being childish?
No, good sir, he hath his health, and ampler strength indeed than most have of his age.
By my white beard, you offer him, if this be so, a wrong something unfilial. Reason, my son, should choose himself a wife, but as good reason the father, all whose joy is nothing else but fair posterity, should hold some counsel in such a business.
I yield all this, but for some other reasons, my grave sir, which 'tis not fit you know, I not acquaint my father of this business.
Let him know it.
He shall not.
Prithee, let him.
No, he must not.
Let him, my son. He shall not give to grieve as knowing thy choice.
Come, he must not.
Well,
Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young sir. Whom son I dare not call, thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou a scepter's heir, that thus affects a sheep-hook. Thou old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee I can but shorten thy life 1 week. And thou, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft, who of force must know the royal fool thou copest with, I'll have thy beauty scratched with briars and make more homely than thy state. But thee, fond boy, if I may ever know what thou dost but sigh that thou no more shalt see this knack as never I mean thou shalt, we shall bar thee from succession, not hold thee of our blood, no, not our kin, far from Deucalion off. Mark thou my words. Follow us to the court, thou churl, for this time, though full of our displeasure, yet we free thee from the dead blow of it. And you, enchantment, worthy enough a herdsman, yea, him too, that makes himself but for our honour therein unworthy thee. If ever, henceforth, thou this rural latches to his entrance open, or hoop his body more with thy embraces, I will devise a death as cruel for thee as thou art tender to it.
oh no.
Even here undone, I was not much afeared, for once or twice I was about to speak and tell him plainly, the self-same sun that shines upon his court hides not his visage from our cottage, but looks on alike. Will't please you, sir, be gone? I told you what would come of this. Beseech you, of your own state, take care, this dream of mine, being now awake, I'll queen it for no inch farther, but milk my ewes and weep.
Milo, why, how now, father? Speak ere thou diest.
I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know which I know. Sir, you have undone a man of 63 had to, and that won't you fill these grave in quiet. Yes, to die upon the bed my father died, to lie close by his honest bones, but now some hanging, some put on my shroud, and lay me where there is no priest, shovels and dust. O cursed wretch, that thou knewest what this the prince, and wouldst adventure to mingle faith with him. Undone. If I may die within this hour, I have lived to die when I desire.
Why, look you so upon me? I am not but sorry, not afeard, delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am, more straining on for plucking back, not following my leash unwillingly.
Gracious my lord, you know your father's temper at this time. You will allow no speech, which I do guess you do not purpose to him, and as hardly will he endure your sight as yet, I fear. Then till the fury of his highest settle, come not before him.
I not purpose it. I think, Camilo.
Even he, my lord.
How often have I told you it would be thus? How often said my dignity would last but till it were known?
It cannot fail but by the violation of my faith. And then let nature crush the sides of the earth together and mar the seeds within. Lift up thy looks, for my succession wipe me, Father. I am heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am, and by my fancy. If my reason will hereto be obedient, I have reason, if not my senses, better pleased with madness. Do bid it welcome.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it. But it does fulfill my vow. I needs must think it honestly. Camilo, not for Bohemia, nor the pomp that I may be thereat gleaned. For all the sun sees, the close earth wombs, or profound seas hide is in unknown fathoms. I will break my oath to this fair beloved. Therefore, I pray you, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in faith I mean not to see him any more, cast your good counsels upon his passion. Let myself and fortune tug for the time to come. This you may know and so deliver. I am put to sea with her who here I cannot hold on shore, and most opportune to her need I have a vessel rides fast by, but not too prepared for this design. What course I mean to hold shall nothing benefit your knowledge, nor concern me the reporting.
Oh, my lord, I would your spirit were easier for advice or stronger for your needs.
Hark, Perdita, I'll hear you by and by.
He's irremovable, resolved for flight. Now were I happy, if his going I could frame to serve my term. Save him from danger, do him love and honor, purchase the sight again of dear Cecilia, and that unhappy king, my master, whom I so much thirst to see.
Now, good Camilo, I am so fraught and with curious business that I leave out ceremony.
Sir, I think you have heard of my poor services, and the love of that I have borne your father.
Very nobly you have deserved. It is my father's music to speak your deeds, not little of his care to have them recompensed as thought on.
Well, my lord, if you may please to think I love the king, and through him what is nearest to him, which is your gracious self, embrace but my direction. If your more ponderous and settled project may suffer alteration, on mine honor, I'll point you where you shall have such receiving as shall become your highness, where you may see, enjoy your mistress from the whom I see. There's no disjunction to be made, but by as heavens forfend, your ruin, marry her, and with my best endeavors in your absence, your disconcerting father strive to qualify and bring him up to liking.
How, Camilo, may this, almost a miracle, be done, that I may call thee something more than man, and after that trust to thee?
Have you thought on a place where to go?
Not any yet, but as the thought on accident is guilty to what we wildly do, so we profess ourselves to be the slaves of chance, and flies of every wind that blow.
Then list to me. This follows. If you will not change your purpose, but undergo this flight, make for Cecilia, and there present yourself in your fair princess. For so I see she must be for Leonatus. She shall be habited as it becomes, partner of your bed. Methinks I see Leonatus opening his free arms and weeping. He welcomes forth, ask thee, the son forgiveness. As were I the father's person, kisses the hands of your fresh princess, or divides him twixt his unkindness and his kindness. The one he chides to hell, and bids the other grow faster than thought of time.
Worthy Camilo, what color for my visitation shall I hold up before him?
sent by the king your father, to greet him and to give him comforts. Sir, the manner of your bearing towards him, with what you ask from your father shall deliver. Things known betwixt us three, I'll write you down, the which shall point you forth at every city. What you must say, he shall not perceive, but that you have your father's bosom there, and speak his very heart.
I am bound to you. There is some sap in this.
A course more promising than a wild dedication of yourselves to unpacked waters, undreamed shores, most certain to miseries enough, no hope to help you, but as you shake off one, to take another, nothing so certain as your anchors, who do their best office, if they can but stay you where you'll be loath to be. Besides, you know prosperity is the very bond of love, whose fresh affection and whose heart together affliction alters.
One of these is true. I think affliction may be subdue the cheek, but not take in the mind.
Yea, say you so? There shall not at your father's house these 7 years be born another such.
My good Camilo, she's as forward of her breeding as she is in the rear of her birth.
I cannot say it's a pity she lacks instructions, for she seems a mistress to most that teach.
Your pardon, sir, for this I'll blush you thanks.
My prettiest Perdita. But oh, the thorns we stand upon, Camilo, preserver of my father, thou of me, the medicine of our house, how shall we do? We are not furnished like Bohemia's son, nor shall be appear in Sicilia.
My lord, fear none of this. I think you know my fortunes do all lie there. It shall be so my care to have you royally appointed as if the scene you play were mine. For instance, sir, that you may know you shall not want one word.
All right, from that moment on, we go to Act 5, Scene 3. And Paulina is back.
Scene 3.
Leontes and Paulina.
Scene 3.
What happens in between here is a subplot
word.
from Autolycus and his messing around with the kids again.
This is Act 5.
We were, what?
I think we're at
We were-
4. At 4.
We were farther along than that, weren't we?
We're at Act 5 right now,
Oh, Act 5, okay.
and that
That's
is
not
the end.
Okay, 3, okay, 5.
And you
Got it.
gets,
Okay.
gets that moment of Paulina has taken care of Hermione all these years and has hidden her away from the Leontes. So
This isn't a kid's book that I
Oh, a PowerPoint.
A pointer. Yeah, it's power.
Scene 3, Act 5, a chapel in Paulina's house. Enter Leontes, Polixenes, Florizel, Perdita, Camilo, Paulina, lords and attendants.
Enough people? Do we have enough?
Everybody!
Oh!
Everybody speak
Oh,
out.
Gotta roll.
Yes, yes.
Oh, grave and good Paulina, oh, the great comfort that I have had of thee.
What sovereign, sir, I did not well, I meant well. All my services you have paid home, but that you have vouchsafed. Vouchsafed. Vouchsafed.
Vouchsafed.
Very
prettier.
It might come from French.
With your crowns, brother, and these your contracted heirs of your kingdoms, my poor house to visit is a surplus of your grace, which never in my life has to answer.
Oh, Paulina, we honor you with trouble, but we came to see the statue of our queen. Your gallery have we passed through, not without much content and many singularities, but we saw not that which my daughter came to look upon, the statue of her mother.
As she lived peerless, so her dead likeness, I do well believe, excels whatever yet you looked upon, or hand of man hath done. Therefore I keep it lonely, apart. But here it is. Prepare to see the life as lively, mocked as ever, still sleep, mocked death. Behold, and say it's well.
Paulina draws back. And Hermione standing as a statue.
I like your silence. It more shows off your wonder, but yet speaks. First, you, my liege, come it not something new.
Her natural posture. Chide me, dear stone, that I may say indeed, thou art Hermione, or rather thou art she, in thy not chiding, for she was as tender as infancy and grace. But yet, Paulina, Hermione was not so much wrinkled, nothing so aged as this seems. Not by much.
So much.
Paulina?
So her dead likeness, I do believe, excels whatever you looked upon. No.
So much more.
Oh, 92. Okay. So much the more. Oh, not by much. So much the more our carver's excellence, which lets go by some 16 years and makes her as she lived now.
As now she might have done, so much to my good comfort as it is now piercing to my soul. Oh, thus she stood, even with such life of majesty, warm life, and now as it coldly stands. When first I wooed her, I am ashamed. Does not the stone rebuke me for being more stone than it? O royal peace, there's magic in thy majesty, which has my evils conjured to remembrance, and from thy admiring daughter took the spirits, standing like stone with thee.
And Leilani, if you could read Perdita,
Perdita.
the next line.
And give me leave, and do not say in superstition that I kneel and then implore her blessing lady. Dear queen, that ended when I but began. Give me that hand of yours to kiss.
Oh, patience. The statue is but newly fixed. The color's not dry.
My lord, your sorrow was too sore laid on, where 16 winters cannot blow away. So many summers dry, scarce any joy did ever so long live. No sorrow but killed itself much sooner.
Dear my brother, let him that was the cause of this have power to take off so much grief from you as he will peace up in himself.
Self? Indeed. Oh.
That's the one.
Oh, indeed, my lord. If I had thought the sight of my poor image would thus have brought you, for the stone is mine, I'd not have shown it.
Do not draw the curtain.
No longer shall you gaze on it, lest your fancy may think anon it moves.
Let be! Let be! Would I were dead, but that methinks already. What was he that did make it? See, my lord, would you not deem it breathed? That those veins did barely bear blood? Masterly done, the very life seems warm upon her lip. The fixture of her eye has motion in it, as we are mocked with art.
I'll draw the curtain. My lord almost so far transported that he'll think anon it lives.
Oh, sweet Paulina, make me to think so 20 years together. No settled senses of the world can match the pleasure of that madness.
I'm so sorry, sir. I have thus far stirred you, but I could afflict you, father.
Do, Paulina, for this affliction has a taste as sweet as any cordial comfort. Still, methinks there is an air comes from her. What fine chisel could ever yet cut breath? Let no man mock me, for I will kiss her.
Good my lord, forbear. The ruddiness upon her lip is wet. You'll mar it if you kiss it. Stain your own with oily painting. Shall I draw the curtain?
No, not these 20 years.
So long could I stand by and look her on.
Either forbear, quit presently the chapel, or resolve you for more amazement. If you can behold it, I'll take the statue, move indeed, descend and take you by the hand. But then you'll think, which I protest against, I assisted by wicked powers.
What you can make her do, I am content to look on. What to speak, I am content to hear, for 'tis as easy to make her speak as move.
It is required. You do awake your faith, then all stand still on those that think it is unlawful business I am about to let them part.
Proceed, no foot shall stir.
Music, awake her. Strike, 'tis time, descend. Be stone no more, approach. Strike all that look upon with marvel. Come, I'll fill your grave up, stir, nay, come away. Bequeath to death your numbness. Far from him, dear life redeems you. You perceive, she stirs. Start not her actions that be holy, as you hear my spell is lawful. Do not shun her until you see her die again, for then you kill her double. Nay, present your hand. When she was young, you wooed her, and now in age she become your suitor.
Oh, she's warm. If this be magic, let it be an art lawful as eating. She embraces him.
She hairs around his neck. If she pertain to life, let her speak too.
It makes manifest where she has lived or how stolen from the dead.
That she is living, where it but told you should be hooted at like an old tale. But it appears she lives, though yet she speak not. Mark a little while, please you to interpose, fair madam. Kneel and pray your mother's blessing. Turn, good lady, our Perdita is found.
You gods, look down, and from your sacred vials pour your graces upon my daughter's head. Tell me, mine own, where hast thou been preserved? Where lived? How found thy father's court? For thou shalt hear that I, knowing by Paulina, that the oracle gave hope thou that wast in being, have preserved thyself to see the issue.
There is time enough for that, lest they desire upon this bush to trouble your joys like a relation. Go together, you precious winners all, your exultation partake to everyone. I, an old turtle, will wing me to some wither bow, and there my mate, that's never to be found again, lament till I am lost.
Oh, peace, Paulina, thou shouldst a husband take by my consent, as I by thine a wife. This is a match, and made between us by vows. Thou hast found mine, and by how it's to be questioned, for I saw her as I thought dead, and have in vain said many a prayer upon her grave. I'll not seek far, for him I partly know his mind, to find thee an honourable husband. Come, Camillo, and take her by the hand, whose worth and honesty is richly noted, and here justified by us, a pair of kings. That from this place, look upon my brother, look both your pawns, ere I put between your holy looks and my ill suspicion. This your son-in-law, and son unto the king, whom heaven's directing, is troth-plight to your daughter. Good Paulina, lead us from hence, where we may leisurely to each one demand an answer to his part, performed in this wide gap of time, since first we were dissevered hastily. Lead away. Yay!
Who knew? Who knew? I didn't know that.
Happy ending.
I was thinking that.
Oh yeah, that was a great story too with
Did you like my
Yeah,
walking
that
down
was
the
great.
stairs?
It reminded me of life drawing. When you have to,
Oh yes,